I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Barbara Little. Here. Larry Nagy.
Here.
David Villalobos.
Present.
Lester Caper.
Present.
Norm Stick.
Here.
Carl Brittingham.
Here.
Kyle Wilkeney.
Here.
Nick Mager.
Here.
Robert Carnahan.
Here.
Chuck Becker.
Here.
David Ashton.
Present. Thank you. Public comment? Public comment twice. Public comment 3 times.
1 second, please. That's why I have to stay. I'm John Wilkening, Executive Vice President with Tech Credit Union, and I was going to say something last meeting that it wasn't smooth enough, but we're putting together right now a special membership program for municipal employees and union workers that will have discounted mortgage processing fees, higher rates on CDs and savings, and lower rates on loans. So I just wanted to get on record and let the employees of the town know, as well as fire department or any other union departments, that there's some great benefits, and you'll see that going on right now at all our branches with the union logos everywhere. So one thing moving home I wanted to do was return Tech to their roots, and we'll launch Monday at the Lowell Labor Day Parade. So I thank you for everything. God bless you.
No.
Thank you.
Thank
Larry, will that all be, you're going to have something?
We're going to publicize it. We're going to drop off a menu. We have actual, with the union bug too. So we've created menus across the board, and we'll be able to drop them off at the town departments, et cetera. And everybody's open to come bank there for being a resident of Cedar Lake, but we wanted to do something special for first responders and police and labor. So we discounted it, and we put some incredible things in there. So I think it's really going to be.
But you don't have to be a union member.
So you don't have to. You don't have to, as long as you're an employee of the town there. So you'll still get that.
Tech Credit Union?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So, any other questions?
I'm a member.
So, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more public comment? Okay. Approval of the minutes of the work session, June 20th, 2024, and public meeting, July 24th, 2024. Motion? Or make the motion. Second?
Yeah, second.
Larry made the second. Roll call vote, please.
Barbara Little. Yes. Larry Nagy.
Yes.
David Villalobos.
Yes.
Lester Caper.
Yes, ma'am.
Norm Stick.
Yes. Okay, the VIPS report.
Hello, everyone. I have 2 things tonight. First off, right in front of you is the July VIPS hours for the month. A total of 64 hours with a total of 6 details and call-outs, 2 call-outs and 4 details. It was, of course, a lovely summer fest. Questions?
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you so much.
Number 2, I have a prospective member for your approval. His name is Mike Corrado. Mike comes to us with some experience, so he's very useful.
Hello?
Good evening.
Hi.
My name's Mike. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say or how much you want.
Just don't lie.
My name is
Just don't tell me
Mike
you're under
Paterno.
30.
I was born in Chicago, raised in Bridgeview in Illinois. I went to college in Naperville at North Central. After college, I went to the Army on a ROTC scholarship. Spent a career in the Army as a military police officer, retired, and then began teaching, which is what I went to college for in the first place. 22 years later, I just retired June of 2023, and I moved to Cedar Lake. I've got a daughter and 2 grandchildren that live in St. John. So I figured to be there. Plus, my other daughter lives in Downers Grove. And when I saw this VIPS program, I just thought I wanted to do something with the community, so I'm looking for volunteer stuff like this, and also going to put myself on the substitute teacher list.
What did you retire from?
Sir?
What were you doing that you retired from?
In the Army, I was a military police officer.
Okay.
As a teacher, I was a physical education teacher.
Oh, okay.
Health and physical education teacher.
Wonderful.
We could use a little of that.
Well, so anyway, I
Welcome to
decided to do
the
this,
area.
between the local Knights of Columbus and substitute teaching in VIPS, I think it'll keep me pretty busy, that and my grandchildren.
Well, we're certainly glad to have you interested in the VIPS.
Thank you. Thank you for your interest. Thank you.
What
Thank
what
you.
is, can I ask a question? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
What is the protocol to accept and name this gentleman
Right here.
or project? Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept them, and you'll start the protocol.
I just did that.
Second?
Second that.
Roll call vote, please.
Barbara Little. Yes. Larry Nagy.
Yes.
David Villalobos.
Yes.
Lester Keeper.
Right, yes, ma'am.
Norm Stitt.
Yes, thank you.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. We need more like you.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
You're
And again, we thank you for your service. Nice. Okay, you're gonna have to top that, Carl. Communications,
First, can I,
go ahead.
thank you. Thank you again for stepping up in a time where we need, thanks for your knowledge and the way you do things and your professionalism. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, have anything on communications?
Tonight, we don't have any communications.
Okay, finances, number 4.
So financial report, pretty standard. Don't know if there's any specific questions that you have on the
Any
report
questions?
that's provided to you, but vehicle maintenance, routine maintenance is probably pretty much almost everything since the last meeting.
It looks pretty routine.
Yeah.
Lots of oil changes.
How are the new
Thank God.
cars coming along?
So, yeah, they're at the outfitters. They're just waiting to be outfitted with the additional equipment. We're late in the game, so they're just waiting in line.
Yep.
Yeah, so, don't have really a good time frame on that.
Okay, good.
The marked car has already been striped and marked, so that's part of it's done up there, but, yeah, just waiting on the, equipment to be installed.
Okay. Staffing, anything?
There's a little bit more on the finances in that. Just wanted to mention the NIPSCO grant that was written, the funds of $5,000 were obtained for firearm safety. Purchases were made, things were done for that. The CSX transportation grant that was written to purchase gas masks and filters, that was done and completed, and we made those purchases. SAVE grant money received, of $5,000 that can go towards things that are, revolve around alcohol and drug use, including overtime, as long as we're specific to, what it's being used for. So yeah, that's pretty much, just to add that on the finance part of it.
Okay.
Um,
Any questions before we move on?
You finished?
I am with that part, yep. Sorry. So staffing, really the only thing there, aside from maybe if we included this. Just to add on to that, I did, through the process, maybe even to help Larry with his question a little bit, I reviewed the application there, and I did do the background check. That's part of the process too, so it was done, before we brought it in front of you to approve. Our new recruit, Milan Matthew, he's obviously in the academy, doing well. He's going to be doing EVOC here pretty soon down at the State Academy. And of course, he's going to graduate in November, so looking forward to that. That'll go by quick. I don't think we need to discuss the conditional offer of employment. That was on here, but that's been removed for the open spot. Our department. So that's really it with staffing then.
Did you say he was finishing in November?
He will, yeah, so he will graduate in November.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll share with everybody the date. The graduation takes place at the Valparaiso University in their chapel.
Memorial.
And I think we'll
Graduation, please.
take pictures and everything and do all that. yeah.
Very nice.
Okay. Trainer report?
Okay, thank you. Just bear with me, I'm going through all this step by step here. Even though I'm jumping the gun a little bit, this month we have firearms going on. That'll technically be a report for next month, but just so you're aware, this is firearms week, and I'm going down there tomorrow to do fire. In Lowell, yeah, Lowell Range. And I bring it up only because we're utilizing the equipment that was purchased through the grant in this particular week of training.
Good.
And I took pictures of it already and some video. After we're done, I'll share some of it on our social media page, some of the new equipment and things that we have down there for that training.
Very good.
But in the month of July, we had, of course, our canine training. We had additional railroad safety training, which helped us get the grant, the CSX grant. So that was the whole department, essentially, in that. We did have SWAT sniper training, another SWAT training for 2 SWAT members, and then supervising control and critical incidents training. So that pretty much covers July.
And then equipment?
So we talked about the cars.
Okay.
We talked about the range equipment, so that covers that, and we talked about the gas masks that were ordered through the grant. Some of us already had gas masks, like I've had one for many, many years, but the canisters expired, so that was part of that. So as far as equipment goes, that's it.
Okay. And then I know that we don't have anything on flexible until next month, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because we're going to have our meeting, it's scheduled to sit down. We got quite a few policies, but most of it's pretty straightforward. Most of it's, law updates, legal updates, stuff like that. We've only had a few just small internal changes that we're going to put in front of you, but it's pretty straightforward.
Okay. And do you have any for other?
No.
Okay.
I have a question.
Monthly activity?
On others, we were supposed to have a car inspection and the uniform. That didn't happen, did it?
Yeah, so that fell apart because of the weather and other things. And now it's, kind of in limbo with the recent changes in administration as well, so.
I would think that maybe think about getting put together sometime before weather turns bad.
Okay.
Thank you.
You want to cover monthly activity?
Did I miss one?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because we went to flexible policies, yeah. I'll do the activity, if you're okay with that.
Monthly activity report, did I skip 8?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay. I was trying to give you a break.
Right. So calls for service in July was 1,043. The traffic stop analysis for July is 353. Warning analysis for July is 338. Citations, 161 for the month of July. The law incidents was 696. We had 17 arrests. And, hold on. I don't know what that is. I apologize, I'm not sure I understand what that's about. We actually had 29 arrests. Yeah. So for ordinances, the ordinance warnings, in July, we had a total of 27 warnings. And citations, we had a total of 87 citations for think I skipped anything. So that's where we're at.
Okay, does that include your report?
A lot of this was prepared beforehand, so, I apologize. There was a mention that Reserve Corporal Presti, instructed the firearm safety course. I think everybody probably saw that or was aware of it through social media. So that was on July 20th. He had about 12 people. And of course, that funding was also through the NIPSCO grant for that.
Did that go over pretty well?
Yeah, it seemed to. It sure did. And then also, we wanted to mention that too, for the Cedar Lake Parks Department, we provided security for 2 movies in the park. That's about it. Yep.
Okay, any questions before we move on?
Do you charge the parks for security?
No,
You don't get reimbursed for that?
no.
They get to watch the movie.
Right.
Okay, we'll move on to Fire Department.
Under communications, Fire Prevention Week will be the week of October 13th. We'll have our open house on the 13th. We were kind of hoping maybe we would have it at the new station, but we're hoping it's going to be done by then, and we can't guarantee it. So we're going to have it at Station 12, where we've had it for years.
I actually have the communications for you.
All right, communicate with me.
I found that I lost them. Cedar Lake Board of Safety, the Department of Technology would like to publicly thank the Cedar Lake Fire Department for their help with the installation of some equipment at the new fire station. Without their help, we would have experienced an unforeseen delay and expense in the installation of the technical infrastructure for that building. We were able to leverage some regular equipment testing and training time to accomplish this, and this came from Cliff Rowe.
And what they did, they had the fire truck, the ladder truck out there and raising it up because the equipment that our IT people had couldn't reach it, and they were very appreciative that they told me to.
Were you not happy about that when you first rolled up there, or what?
Oh, I just didn't know what was going on.
Oh, okay.
I'm just checking stuff.
Okay, yeah, because he didn't know if you were upset about that
No.
or not. Okay.
Okay, does that conclude communication?
Yeah.
Okay, how about finances and purchase requisitions?
If you look in your, it's sideways again, so I don't think we figured it out, I'm having a hard time reading it myself because of that. Next month, we're just gonna print them out so that everybody has them in their packet.
Actually, I have a printed one, do you need it?
Oh, do you? Yeah, no, I didn't print it out, so.
Actually, I gave
Yeah, I didn't
copies,
print it out.
I think they're all in that folder.
Right here?
I didn't
Yeah,
print-
for,
Thank you.
for the board members,
Hold on.
for the purchase requisition.
We can't, that's just kinda goofy how that doesn't, it won't let us look at, you know?
I will
No, I just
try to get with IT.
Thank you, sir. Tim can probably hear me.
We have these everywhere.
Yes, one. Do you have any questions on the report?
Let me see, this is, let me see. This is the one where now that, we have to, approve, your, equipment and, vehicle repairs that we pretty well
Yeah.
know what's going on.
There's quite a few of them, and there's quite a few coming next month as well, so we have a lot of, apparatus being repaired right now, actually. And a discussion with Jen, she didn't see any issues with, these being priority as well, so
We gotta fix it, this one, okay?
gotta fix it.
What is an ICE Commander liner?
That's a ice rescue suit that has a a JAMA liner to it so you don't freeze your rear end off when you're out in the ice.
So
It's like a jumpsuit.
these, I see these are, she has marked pending, do you is that just being waited to be approved to pay them?
Yeah,
To pay them or to order them?
for the approval of the report tonight, then she will pay them. That's typically how.
So if we say no? That's what I'm saying, is he asking for approval or pay?
Yeah, that's kind of a new thing,
Okay.
I didn't ask for approval to get the work done, just communicated with Norm.
right.
But she's pending
This is some of the stuff that is like encompasses what we're starting, so is there any questions on any of these expenditures?
So at the next meet, from now on, everything will have to be approved other than emergency style repairs, as long as you're called.
That's kind of the way I take it.
Pretty much all this is repairs. Yeah, any purchases for the department other than basic supplies and stuff like that, I have to bring to you.
I had talked to her, and I think this is what she has to do within her report to make it work right, so that's the way it is, so.
As you can see, there's nothing, other than basic everyday, not basic, but it's repairs that need to be done and things that need to be fixed. And
So
this was for also, keep in mind, this is also for last month, not this month before. Because we're not done with the month yet.
Okay, so if there's no questions, can I ask for a motion to approve, the purchase requisitions?
So moved.
Charlie made the motion, Barbara seconded it. Roll call vote, please.
Barbara Little?
Yes.
Larry Nagy?
Yes,
David Villalobos?
Yes.
Lester Caper?
Yes, ma'am.
Norm Stick?
Yes. Expenditure reports and grants.
The only grant that we have out right now is the, Air Pack grant, and we have not heard, they're deep in the awarding of the grants nationally. And we do have some neighbors that have received different grants, but we have not heard yet that we haven't not got the grant, but we have not heard that we're out of the running either, so.
That's good.
There's still $100 and some million left to spend.
Is there how do you find out about the different grants that's available? Are they posted somewhere?
Yeah, FEMA's website, because every single year they award so many hundreds of millions of dollars to the fire service for staffing and for equipment and for training and for recruiting. Those are, I think, the four biggest topics, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And we have a grant out there right now that's $400 and some thousand for air packs that we wrote.
Okay, staffing, volunteer, part-time, number 14.
Volunteer, we still have one waiting to be interviewed. He's been waiting a long time. He's kind of getting antsy. So if we can get him in with
Right,
we'll get him with as well. Okay,
we
good.
had talked about that.
Yeah, a while ago, and he's been calling all the time, and I'm like, I gotta wait on the Board of Safety to do an interview, that's all.
I'm thinking in a couple of weeks, we'll,
Can we hire our volunteers like you guys hire the guys are? It'd be nice.
so.
Why?
I'm thinking in a couple of weeks that we'll call,
Okay,
you know, when,
Another one's gonna start next year, so.
yeah, we already missed the academy for this guy, so he's gonna have to wait till January anyway, so we probably won't have him. He'll probably go somewhere else by now, so.
all right, so I am guessing that, this motion will be for the rest of, let me see. This voting box in here,
For the emergency hire? Oh, we're not,
I just put the emergency hire on there to discuss it because we were losing John, and that, he's gonna be gone on, first week of October, would be his last shift. He hasn't told me exactly which one yet, but, I wanna, make sure the board of safety knows that we have to hire somebody pretty quickly.
Well, we talked
Because
about,
we're gonna be down a paramedic, and we don't need to be down any more people, because all that's doing is creating more overtime and burnout for my people.
well, we talked about hiring that position from within,
Okay?
so, and then the other ones are the last hire we have, so we wanna make sure we pick a good one.
We're still, yeah, well, covering his position is one thing, being a shift supervisor. We're losing him completely, so that we have to replace him right away. With a paramedic, yeah, that's our big thing, is that you gotta have a paramedic. And that's tough.
Okay, so we don't have to act on this.
No, I just wanted to put it on there so you guys will be aware that we are in that mode.
We had that conversation earlier.
Yep.
Okay, number 15, training report.
Chief Martin's got this one.
So you'll have 2 months, June and July, enclosed in reports. June, you'll see a total of 312 hours, breakdown by sessions and hours by category. July was 121 hours, same style report, breakdown by sessions and hours, and then that's it.
Questions? Number 16, equipment.
We did have a discussion on the, fire truck, and had a discussion with Suffolk, answered some questions of the board, or the council's affairs committee, yes. And had discussions with, Andy Herb and the clerk treasurer. So I think, it's up to the Council Affairs Committee now to report back to the council in the direction that we need to go. We do need to make sure something's happening soon, where our apparatus is getting older, it's breaking down more. Right now, we have a 1998 pumper protecting our town. Our ladder truck blew a hydraulic seal today, which is supposed to be being fixed tomorrow. Or it's done? Okay.
Legacy came out right away and got it.
So, yeah,
Was Kevin
Legacy.
Toth in the meeting too?
Excuse me?
Was Kevin Toth?
Well, yes, Kevin Toth was at the meeting as well. The conversation, with Kevin Toth was that he's looking at possibly wanting to refurb, the American LaFrance engine 1212 that the township owns, or possibly do some sort of work, to it, or looking, exploring another truck. So there was a lot of things he discussed as far as, things that he could take back to his board, but nothing was obviously decided upon. I think he's kind of waiting to see what the council's going to do moving forward. The ambulance, I have quotes back from fire service. The nice thing about fire service, they sell 3 different types of ambulances, and I was able to get 3 quotes right from fire service, and then another quote from another manufacturer. So we have 4 pending as well, ready to, some decision be made on moving forward. So, and that's a council decision. So.
Okay, let me see, monthly activity report.
As you can see, our incidents we're up about 20-some% on calls for the year, in which Chief Monger come up with a whole new statistic on actual calls that we were not available to actually cover because of the multiple calls going on at one time. So I think that was
42% of the time we weren't available in June, and 52 in July.
Oh,
Just because of the call volume, we had mutual aid calls out.
so 42% of the time someone calls 911, you're not able to respond?
So
No,
basically, how the report's always been in there, you guys have always had it, it's called overlapping incidents. So that's basically a breakdown, you can see the single instance we run for the month, and then 2 incidents at the same time, we staff with 4, so if it's, no matter what type of call is, that's, however many are out. And then there's 3 at a time, 4 at a time, 5 at a time, and in July, you'll see, I wanna say it was 8 or 9 at a time, but that was during the tornado. Yeah, 8 at a time. So yeah, basically it goes, right to mutual aid for the next call.
increasing our staffing has to be, we just have to do it somehow. I know that we're in a situation where financially, but we're to the point where the calls are up and you can't cover them. And then the mutual aid departments are having the same issue, their calls are up. And there's times where they either take a pass or, and we've had to take a pass. I mean, we do the same for them. We help them when we can, but, it's not slowing down. There's just more, you know. It's not even leveling off. Just more calls, more calls, more calls. It's not your fire chief with his hair on fire screaming, you know, you can see the numbers. They don't lie.
We were averaging in the low 30s, but obviously the summer months are getting busier and busier, but like I anticipate August being even more, because it's at the bare minimum once a day that there's overlapping incidents. Every single day.
Any further questions on monthly activity?
I know I saw a report somewhere that showed the percentage or something like that increase compared to like the years before. Is that one in here, or is that?
No, that's an annual report we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there
I'd
is
just be
a
curious.
report that shows it monthly. There was a report in there, I can't remember which one.
Yeah, it doesn't show the increase, because it's all.
Yeah, like per
annual.
year,
Right.
yeah. I'm just kind of curious to see that and see how it's changed in the last couple of years.
Yes, that was, I can try to find it, that was provided to the board usually in February. I can, if you remind me, I can find you that report, or any
Thanks.
report that you can think of, I can do.
Thank you.
I'll do it.
I'll remind you.
Okay, Alexa Bowl, I know we don't have anything this month. Do you have anything for other?
I do not right now. Lexipol, I will have, a couple policies for you guys to look at here in the future, but it's nothing, pressing at this time, and to meet for just one or two is gonna be kind of a waste of your guys' time as far as trying to schedule everything, so, yeah, we do have a few, so.
Mr. President, if I could steal some of his time on other.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention, this is a function that's actually being put on by the Parks Department, but on September 9th at the clubhouse, during the day, the times are posted, I want to believe it's from 12 to 2. They're having a senior social there, which they do routinely, but I'm gonna speak, the police department's gonna be there to speak, to talk to them a little bit about fraud, identity theft and fraud, financial fraud, and to give them some ideas and pointers. But we also have these steering wheel locks that were donated. So we're gonna take some of the steering wheel locks there to see if anybody's there, interested in those. And we're also gonna take some of the gun locks too. But just so it's on record that the event's on September 9th. It's on the website, it's posted for the senior social. Let me confirm the time. Yeah, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the
Okay.
clubhouse for them. So we're going to do that. Just wanted to let you know that we're
Thank
doing
you,
it.
that's good.
Sure.
Okay, Mr. Austin, do you have anything tonight? No reports. Okay, thank you. Oh, we do have the packets for the emergency operations to review. You have those.
You said they would be lengthy review? Yeah, I can see that.
Should have been here when we built it.
2 years ago.
Took us 2 years, yeah, about 2 years.
Okay, town council liaison report.
I have a question. I had, somebody question me today. Did we have a accident in the chamber parking lot yesterday?
No, it was an incident on the lake.
Oh, it was on the lake?
Yeah, it wasn't really, well, you can speak on that if you want.
Good.
Yeah, it was a boater that had an engine problem, started smoking, they panicked, they didn't know where they were. Another boater met up with them prior to the fire department getting its boat there, and the other boater assisted them by pulling them in, and we followed them to shore.
Okay, thank you.
So that was it.
Anything, Chuck?
You have no reports for tonight. That was a question you had.
No, I don't have any reports that.
He's always correcting you and I on our dates, so I have to.
Correct me,
Correct.
that I asked a question instead of gave a report.
All right, thank you. New building update?
Apparently they're putting the water in, I just noticed that, wait, yeah. As far as everything else, I know we're waiting on, furniture, that's about it. They did fix the kitchen, so.
IDEM, Indiana Department of Environmental Management.
I know who they are real
Yeah,
well.
well, I needed to always say that for the audience.
Okay,
They approved our permit, and that was approved on August 12th, but we have a 10-day waiting period, and so they couldn't start till August 26th, which was that this week, and they were out there working today.
Okay.
So the punch list, I didn't see it or anything, would you ever make one?
nope, not yet.
Okay.
We were waiting for the kitchen to get completely done, and they're supposed to let us know when they're ready for us to do another walkthrough. And that's both police and fire, I know.
Thank you.
Anybody have anything else?
I could just, if you don't mind, I could just add on to that building too. It just, there have been some issues. Was issues with the doors, not closing right, some of them with access that shouldn't have access. Those issues are being worked on. So there is a list of things, that are getting worked on. Cliff, we mentioned Cliff in the fire department doing work. Cliff and his partner have been working very hard on that building as well, installing cameras and other IT equipment. He's been doing a lot and doing a really great job. And when he finds things himself, he reports back to the contractor and to the town manager and us, so.
Okay, good.
He has a lot of computers and stuff to set up, so he's, once the furniture gets in, he's gonna be even busier.
Moving along. Okay, I'll ask for public comment once. Public comment twice.
Chad Wilson, live at 9111 West 137th Place. Is there a reason that it takes so long to get volunteers through the board?
Fire volunteers? Police volunteers? Fire volunteers?
Yeah, for the fire department.
Do we have any?
We've had applicants waiting, yeah, in the past, we have. But we're trying, what's happening, Chad, is we have to get the board of safety together to interview the volunteers. What happens with the volunteer, the volunteer comes to the fire department, makes application. We then, as chiefs, our committee interviews them, and then the board of safety has to interview them as well. That wasn't the case in the past. Volunteers were brought on through the chief's our chief's, committee, and now they have to be,
So, we have a volunteer who wants to come on.
yeah.
When did he apply?
February, I think. No, March.
March.
Mhm.
When was the first academy class?
Well, the first academy class was in January.
Okay.
So he missed that.
So he missed that one.
The second one is it started August 1st.
Started August 1st. Can you guys tell me why it took you so long?
We fell through the cracks, we haven't interviewed anybody.
And we haven't been asked to interview.
Oh, yes, you have. The interviewing process, yes. I have asked.
My question.
I have asked to have interviews done, and basically, what happened was we stopped the hiring process. Everything was put on hold temporarily, and now everything's rolling again.
But yet, we can't get him on until possibly January.
Well, we can get him approved and get him geared up and get him everything we need, but he can't go to the academy until January. That's why it's crucial. We've had delays within policy, we've had delays within, the clerk's process, and we've had delays with getting the Board of Safety together to be able to do it. There's been quite a few delays. And what we're trying to do is streamline all of that right now, at the same time as hiring part-timers and full-timers, and we're working through all that. So I'm hoping that the Board of Safety did approve tonight and did say they were gonna move forward with doing some, interviewing, so we're gonna make sure he gets within that group as well.
Been a volunteer 20 years in this town. Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely.
Okay, sir. Give your same speech at the town council meeting, because we're under their advice.
Public comment?
How many people do you have?
We've had, some people in the past that waited so long that they went elsewhere. Right now, we have one that applied, has been waiting, and then we have one more that's coming in to apply, he just called the other day.
So do they have a list of the people with, for
But one person, yeah, he's in the application was in the process
I
a
don't,
while ago.
I don't believe I've had a volunteer
It was
application.
before you.
Okay, okay, that's why that sounds foreign to me, so, okay, no,
But how
this
come
needs,
it
this
hasn't-
needs to get going.
How come he hasn't moved on
This
since,
needs to get going.
if he applied in February, when did you bring it up to the board?
March. It went immediately to the Board of Safety Office, or Board of Safety Commission.
Chad, thank you for saying something. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Hi. All right, my name is Jerry Connor, 10330 Paramount Way here in Cedar Lake. I've lived in Cedar Lake for 2 years. I'm a retired deputy fire chief with Beecher Fire Protection District. I watch the Board of Safety meetings, I watch the town council meetings, and I find it just stunning that there's so many layers of complication to get things done. Just like Mr. Wilson said, to get a volunteer on this department, that should be up to the chief. That's a volunteer. I mean, why do we have this extra layer to bring somebody on board, and now we're sitting here months later, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, somebody fell through the cracks. Anybody?
I'm new to this board, and so is he.
No, I get it.
So
I get that.
I don't exactly understand fully how to answer that question, but that is something that I'm gonna be kind of researching. So, because this, yeah.
Well, and to say it too, I've applied for this board 3 times since I've lived here. Never even got an interview, never got a phone call. And with all my experience and stuff, I mean, I don't understand it. I got a friend of mine who's a retired battalion chief with Oak Lawn that lives here in Cedar Lake. He's applied, crickets. And nothing against you guys at all, okay? But it's like, you're making the decisions that, in my opinion, he should be making. And for the life of me, I don't understand why it gets so complicated and why everything has to be micromanaged. I don't. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Public comment 3 times?
I'm
name's Dean Wilkening, 15011 Euclid Street. 5 volunteers left. That's it. That's all we have. That's my statement.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Thank you, Dean.
I declare this meeting adjourned. We will be meeting in an executive session with the police department.